Right, today is our first study of the new Chinese year. The year of the snake. The snake is a very important symbol in Buddhism, by the way. It's not always bad. In fact, the snake, for example, has a whole chapter in the Sutta Nipata. It's called the snake chapter, Uraga. Uraga means that which moves on its chest. Ura means chest, ga means to go. So there the reflection is, just like the snake sloughs off its skin. The snake changes the skin. It becomes a very like a filmy piece of thin skin. So it moves out of the skin and it leaves the skin behind. So the Buddha says, just like the snake, which leaves its old skin behind, we too should leave all bad habits, negative states, just let go, just like the snake, nothing more to do with it. So each time the snake sloughs off its skin, it grows. So we also, by letting go of negative states, we grow into happier, better people. So if you notice, every time you study a sutta, whether you study the sutta here or anywhere else, or even on your own, a change happens to you. It's like the snake, the skin, whole self is let go, removed, become a new person, if you like. And then slowly we grow in this wisdom until we reach awakening. There are many other reflections in this way. Today we're going to go into study two new suttas, two short ones, two very interesting stories about two people, two monks in fact. One is called Migajala. We're going to look at his Tera Gatha, and the other is Samiti, the very famous monk. And Migajala was the son of the Lady Visakha, the famous Lady Visakha. So this is a story about his verses as an awakened monk. There's a notice on the whiteboard. The verses are THA 423 to 428. 417 to 422. The number at the top, I think, is an error there. 417 to 422, is that correct? 422, 423. So these eldest verses, Tera Gatha, are joyful statements, either recalling some of their past life in the sense that before they became monks, before they became awakened. There are also verses for nuns. And then sometimes they tell you how they struggle. Some verses are very short, some verses can be very long. Okay. So this one, there are 6 verses talking about how the nature of the awakening of this elder Migajala. Okay, let's look at his verses, page 116, page 116. He begins by reflecting on the Buddha. He says, well taught by the one with eyes, the Buddha, the kinsman of the sun, the one who has crossed beyond all fetters, the destroyer of all cyclic lives. And so he is talking about the Buddha first. The one with eyes. Okay? So eyes help us to see. Okay? So the Buddha is sometimes said to be Chakuma, the one with eyes. He's able to see things. Not just see things the way we see with our eyes, but he's able to see. Our eyes just see on the surface only. But the eye that the Buddha has sees through things. Sometimes this is called vipassana, meaning seeing through things. And there are various other eyes. You can look at the footnote number 5 there, which talk about the Buddha's divine eye is able to recall past life, for example. And then you have the Buddha's universal eye. These are later teachings trying to talk about Buddha's mental powers. He's able to kind of, he basically knows everything there is to know. But especially things we need to know for our awakening. There are lots of knowledge. It's not that the Buddha knows astrophysics, something like that. Here we're talking about useful knowledge, liberating knowledge. So, then of course there is the Buddha eye. The Buddha eye is the one that is awakened, is the Buddha. So there's a special knowledge, especially in terms of teaching others. He's able to teach just the right teaching to different people, and he knows the effect of the teaching. It's not that the Buddha is like a magician. Every time he teaches you right away, you understand him or become awakened. That does happen. But there are a few occasions when he teaches people who are not ready or appear not to be ready. But that's the time when they are there. In that sense, they're ready. But it's just that mentally, spiritually, they have not really had the capacity to understand at that time. So it's like planting seeds. The Buddha just teach them your Dharma, and sooner or later they will understand. So there are a number of such stories also. But in most cases, in the early first 10 years especially, when the Buddha teaches the Dharma, people hear it, and because of their own good karma, because of their attention, they awaken on the spot. Even some of the worst of criminals. So, and the Buddha is described as one who has crossed beyond all fetters. Fetters hold us down, make prisoners of us. These fetters keep us stuck in cyclic life. We are reborn again and again. We are stuck in this kind of reality, this universe, so to speak. He has broken out, free of suffering. Destroyer of all cyclic lives. So this life going in a circle. In other words, is free, happy, joyful. Verse 2. The Noble Eightfold Path, leading onward, crossing over, drying up cravings root, destroying the poison root, the shambles. It brings you to quenching. So here, perfection of the Dharma, the path. This path leads us onward, meaning we progress step by step, step by step. Sometimes it can be very fast, like maybe someone gives us a lift, But here, we progress along this safe road. Crossing, see there's also this idea of crossing over. Sometimes there's some water there, and we need to cross this water because the road is not always safe. Sometimes the bridge has been washed away. So there is a boat there, crossover. Drying up cravings root. So as we travel to safe ground, we find the ground becomes drier, safer. So this is all symbolism. Wetness, floods represent craving because craving washes us away. We have no control over it if we are caught up in it. Destroying the poisoned root. What's the poison root? Here it refers to the root of suffering. Craving. So, or they have three other roots. Greatly delusion. But here one is mentioned. One is mentioned, it can be craving, it can be ignorance. So here's a general term. In the early part of the Buddha's teaching, he used very simple terms. Poison root. The cause of all this pain, suffering, ignorance. The shambles. The shambles where it's a place where animals are killed, suffering. It brings you to quenching. We are totally, like travelers, we are thirsty, hungry, and then if you reach the spot, you drink the water, you wash yourself, clean, refresh yourself, you have some food, you feel quenched and good. This is a word for nirvana. Verse 3. By destroying ignorance root, karma's machine is destroyed. It brings the lightning of wisdom down upon the heaping of consciousness. Okay, this one is a relative karma. Ignorance is uprooted right from its root itself, the latent tendencies. That is where karma works, like a machine. Here, machine simply means something sophisticated. Even the Buddha's time, there are machines, like war machines, like what do you call that, a catapult, a war machine. Of course, very simple by modern standards. So karma is a kind of machine in the sense that it almost works, after a while, it works almost automatically. You do something bad, these things follow, the fruits come. So, if we understand the Dharma, then ultimately we uproot karma itself, so that it doesn't work on us anymore. It brings the lightning of wisdom down upon the heaping of consciousness. Wow, this lightning is the most powerful energy in the sky. It zaps stuff, it destroys karma. So this is wisdom. We use our wisdom to understand nature of karma, overcome karma. Here, what does karma do? Karma builds up our consciousness, more and more consciousness, so that we go on running after what we see, what we hear, smell, taste, touch, think. That's the meaning. Yeah? We keep on collecting, but never really understanding them, never using them. So we have this burden of all this consciousness. Take, for example, memory, negative memories of things. We keep on thinking the negative things, even happy to this. Or even happy memories. You have happy memory and I say, oh, after that you say, oh, it's all gone, you feel unhappy about it. That's the meaning here. Eh? So here, how is karma destroyed? There is no more craving. Right? Now even if we are still not awakened yet, not our hearts yet, we can still limit the effects of karma. And this is to the practice of loving kindness. Constant practice, unrelenting practice of loving kindness. When people hurt us also, we protect ourselves by keeping ourselves calm and happy, as calm as possible and as happy as possible. When people try to hurt us, we are strong, and the effect will not be so bad anyway. And if we do make the mistakes ourselves, we get angry or we hurt people, when we ourselves are unmindful, and then after that we say, oh dear, this is not right. Then you use your loving kindness, you forgive yourself, you forgive the other people, you wish them well. And this loving kindness will move you to action, to the right thing. So loving kindness limits your karma. The sutta says, if you practice loving kindness regularly, the results of any bad deeds you have done in this life will remain here. It won't trouble you. And by extension, you can say even some past karma, when they ripen, if you use your loving kindness, the fruits of it will be limited in this way. You won't suffer so badly in other words. This is common sense actually. I mean, you look at other people who are negative, when someone says something bad, they hit back, they try to hurt other people even more. So this goes on and on endlessly. So this is how loving kindness protects us. Verse 4. Through knowing feelings, you are freed from grasping. Through insightful knowledge, the fiery cockpit of existence is seen. And this is talking about nature of wisdom. When we crave for something, when we get it, we grasp it, we hold on to it, we want to let go. What are we holding on to? Feelings. We say, oh, this is nice, I want this, so we don't want to let it go. Or we go on looking for it. So if we understand the nature of feelings, the joy is here. We all want, sometimes we all go for holidays, like this is Chinese New Year holiday, we're trying to enjoy ourselves, we go to a nice place. Yes, that is helpful in a sense, especially when there are other people around. We go to certain place and certain places create certain ambience, certain behavior in us. So we want to go happy, peaceful places, and that makes people feel happy and peaceful also. So that's one. Yeah? On the other hand, if you are a person who understands nature of feelings, wherever you are, you will be happy. because the happiness is inside you. On the other hand, someone who's not really happy, you can bring this person to the happiest place in the world. You can define it yourself as what's the happiest place in the world. This person will still not be happy. So happiness is a state of mind, it's not a place. So that's how we understand feelings, right? Some very simple words. Right? Through insightful knowledge, so this is wisdom. Okay? Through insightful knowledge, we see the nature of existence. Existence is like a coal pit, fiery coal pit, very hot. In other words, as long as we live, there's always a chance we'll do something wrong. There's always a chance other people will not be happy. There's always a chance of conflict. That's nature of life. Whether you do right, you do wrong, people still blame you. If you don't do anything, people will still blame you anyway. So that's nature of existence. Again, we use loving kindness, that's how we protect ourselves, strengthen ourselves, and reach out to others also. So these are reflections how we can deal with life and the world. Verse 5. Of great taste, very deep, the hinderer of decay and death is the noble eightfold path, the stealing of pain, happy. That is the reflection on the path, eightfold path, our practice of precepts, meditation, and wisdom. Of great taste. Your taste means what? Taste of freedom. Very deep. You can talk a lot about all these teachings. They are very deep because some parts are so deep, it will take us some time to understand. It hinders decay and death. You want to stop all these things that change? This is the way, eightfold path. The stealing of pain. Everything becomes peaceful. Pain goes up and down, right? Stealing of pain, everything becomes peaceful. Happy. Happy here, Siva, is an early adjective for nirvana. Okay. 6. Knowing karma as karma and fruit as fruit, seeing the world just as it is, by way of dependent arising. It leads you to the great shelter, peace, that ends in good fortune. This good fortune is another name for nirvana. Right here, looking at things as they really are, you understand karma as karma. Some people see karma as luck. Oh, is this luck? Is this my fate? Or sometimes they talk of karma as if it is fate. Fate means you can't change it. Right? If you are fated, there is no point of you doing anything. It's already like that. Just take it like that. But life is not. You can't change things. In a sense, we are born with what is called nature. But once you are alive and you are wise, you can use your nurture. You can change. You can train yourself, learn things. So karma can be corrected, adjusted. Yeah, to some extent, our past, that is our karma, creates our present conditions. Yet at the same time, the present condition, if you are wise and you train your mind, you calm your mind, you can change the fruit of karma. Remember, as I said, if you use loving kindness, the fruit of karma will not hurt you that badly, or you may even avoid it totally. So that's meaning, karma is karma, fruit is fruit. Do not take them as luck or fate, because you can change them. And that way, one way to understand how karma works is to understand the nature of dependent arising in 12 things, which you can read up in detail in some other chapter 5. Yeah? And then the world is mentioned, seeing the world, right? So yeah, the world, of course, our 5 senses, the eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, and the mind and the six. That's the world of vision, the world of sound, smell, taste, touch, and thoughts. That's the world, understand it. So this is the Migajala paragraph 5.